Now listen. But the people thirsted therefore water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, why did you bring us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and livestock with thirst? So Moses cried to the Lord, what shall I do with this people? They are almost ready to stone me. They want to kill me. Kill me. And the Lord said to Moses, pass on before the people and take with you some of the elders and take in your hand the rod with which you smote the river and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock at Horeb. Now, keep your finger there and quickly go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. He says, for I do not want you to be ignorant, brethren, that our forefathers were all under and protected by the cloud in which God's presence went before them. And every one of them passed safely through the Red Sea. Remember when he took up his rod and things like that? And each one of them allowed himself also to be baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea, an obligation to the law, to Moses, and to the covenant consecrated and set apart to the service of God. And all of them ate the same spiritual, supernaturally given food. And they all drank the same spiritual, supernaturally given drink, for they drank from a spiritual rock, which allowed them, produced by the sole power of God himself, without natural instrumentality, and the rock was Christ. Nevertheless, God was not pleased with a great majority of them, for they were overthrown and strewn down along the ground in the wilderness. Now listen, if they don't listen to the prophet that will be like Moses, they will be exterminated. But what about them that didn't even listen to Moses? They were also all exterminated. Okay? Now he says, these people came to a rock and they all drank the same water, but the rock was Christ. Yes. And the water was supernatural. Yeah. So let's go back to Exodus 17. Verse 5. And the Lord said to Moses, pass on before the people. Verse 6. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock at Mount Horeb. Now Horeb was called the mountain of God. So God said to Moses, Moses, take some of the elders and go to the rock. But don't look for a rock, see me. And I will stand there before you on the rock. What did God say to Moses when he wanted to see the glory in Exodus 33? Moses, I will stand before you there on the rock. And I will hide you in the cleft of the rock, and my glory shall pass before you. And the Lord came and called his name before him. Great is the Lord, merciful, gracious. You know, remember the story. So I will stand before you there on the rock. So he said, Moses, if you come there, but hit the rock shall be smitten. Who is the rock? The Lord is our rock and our fortress. The Lord is my rock. Psalm after psalm, he's my rock. He's my rock. He's my rock. He's my rock. And what do we do with the rock? We hide in the rock. We go to the rock. And what happened to the rock? The rock is cleft for me. He says, and you shall strike the rock, and water shall come out of it, that the people may drink. Okay? And we just read it. And what did Jesus say in John 7, 37, 38, 39? Remember? When he stood on the last day of the feast, if anyone thirst, let him now come to me. And as the scripture said, if you believe and come and drink, from who? From me. Rivers of living water will flow.